Hey there, Dr. Shelley here, and I want to share with you the survey results from the survey that I sent out about a month ago. Um, it was a very short survey entitled Three Questions That Can Change Everything. And I want to tell you why I sent it out. I have been working on, well, if you read the newsletter, completely restructuring everything that I'm doing. And I've been working on a new blog, new content for the website, lots of new course material, and I'm so excited about some of it. I just, the Be Your Own Beautiful vision, I can't wait to share more and more of that with you. And one of my friends said, well, this is really cool stuff, but are you sure this is what your clients really want and need? And I said, well, I don't know, but I think so. So I decided to send out a little survey to find out. And sure enough, the answers that I got back confirmed what I thought. And the Be Your Own Beautiful vision was actually designed to take care of the challenges that you were facing from the questions that I asked. And it doesn't really matter how you answered the question. I just needed to know if these three things were the biggest things. So in the future, I'd love to be able to send out just tiny 2 or 3 question surveys, because it gives me so much information, and I really appreciate it if you take the time to complete them. And thanks to those of you that took the time to do this one. So here we go. The first question that I asked, what's the biggest thing holding you back? Now the rest of the question in the survey was from a healthy, happy, beautiful body. But I'm guessing that you could insert in the blank more fulfilling relationships, more money, more happiness. What's holding you back from really living the life that you want to live? Now, 35% of you said self-sabotage. I get it. Was the queen of self-sabotage. I built and blew up more businesses. I had relationships, and long relationships. They would be 7.5, 9.5 years, and then I'd blow them up. And some time ago, after I blew up the last one that was 9.5 years, I went, you know what? I'm the only common denominator. So unless I look at myself, I'm probably not going to figure out why this is happening. So I did something that probably most of you can't do. I kind of put my life on hold, or my business on hold, and for 1.5 years, I really worked on myself. I dove into my belief structures and how I thought and how I felt. I learned how to feel. I didn't even know how to feel. I don't think I really ever spent much time in my body. So I learned how to do that. So I know that you can. And here's what I'll tell you. It was the best, without a doubt, most rewarding 1.5 years of my life. Because I got to learn who I really am and what I want and what I bring to the party and what I'm willing to have in my space and what I'm not willing to have in my space. Because I say so. And I learned that. And you can too. Now, 27% of you said time. Well, I want to address the time piece, but I want to go to question number 2, because it includes time too. And I have one last thought I want to share with you on self-sabotage. You don't have to take 1.5 years if you don't want to, because I've spent the last 10 years creating a step-by-step protocol that you can follow that will take you through the steps that I went through to figure it out for myself. And I would love to tell you that I catch myself every single time before I'm about ready to blow something up. I don't. But maybe 95% of the time, I do. And if I can catch myself over here, I can make a different choice, different decision that produces an entirely different outcome. And my life has changed so much I can't even tell you. If you've known me for a long period of time, you know I'm not the same person that I was 10 years ago. I'm not the same person that I was really 10 months ago. Because when you start utilizing the process of looking at yourself and what you really want, how to get it, it's amazing. And that's exactly what the Be Your Own Beautiful vision is about. Because the subtitle of Be Your Own Beautiful, the program, is stepping into your magnificence with ease and grace. It doesn't have to be hard. You just need to know how to do it. You know, if any of you guys are following or like Brene Brown, um, you know, I bought her new book the other day just because I'd seen her on Oprah. And I'm listening to her and I'm like, wow, that's the stuff I teach. Wow, I use similar words. So without even knowing what she's been doing or up to, that's been my journey. And you know, I don't know what it would cost you to spend 15 hours with Brene Brown, but I bet you it would cost you a lot less to spend 15 hours with me. And instead of just having the overview, because she says in the book, you got to have practices. Now, here's what I know about human beings. We love concepts, but when it comes to the implementation and the daily practice, we stink at it. So without having something to follow, it's really tough. And the good news is, if you like her stuff, I've been teaching it for years, and I have that step-by-step process that you're going to need. Okay, so that's self-sabotage. Time, second question was, how much time are you willing to commit weekly to spend on yourself, to get that healthy, happy, beautiful body, to get those fabulous relationships, to make more money, to be more fully alive? How much time are you willing to commit? Now, most of you said, over 50% said 5 to 10 hours. And I'm going to tell you, it is totally doable in 5 to 10 hours if you're spending those 5 to 10 hours on the right thing. Now, I don't have time to go into great detail here because I want to keep this fairly short. But I'm going to invite you at the end of this to join me on a call where I will go into a lot more detail. And I spend a lot of time on this in the Be Your Own Beautiful because how you spend those hours are critical. But it's totally doable in 5 to 10 hours if you're spending them on the right thing. So let me tell you how I spend my 5 to 10 hours. And I'm not attached to this. It's not perfect. I'm not rigid about it, but this is how it goes most of the time. And there's going to be some very big surprises in here for some of you, because when I tell people I don't exercise that much and I eat a lot, they're like, how do you stay the size you are? And I say, well, two things. One of them is I have a different relationship with my body than most of you do. I talk to it. I communicate with it. I spend a lot of time getting to know it, developing that relationship and trust so that when I need it to do something for me, it will. And when it needs something from me, it knows it can trust me to give it what it needs. And so I have a different relationship with my body. And the second thing is I have a different relationship with food. Now, I don't have enough time to go into detail, but that is something that we will spend an awful lot of time on because that is a critical piece to being your own beautiful. Now, as far as movement and exercise goes, I spend roughly 30 minutes 5 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week. The latest research says that you'll do better with less. You'll be healthier, you can get fit, and you can burn fat more efficiently with short duration, high intensity. That means not very long, going as hard as you can. So real simply, I just pick 5 or 6 exercises and I do each one of them for a couple of minutes in 20-second cycles. And that means 20 seconds hard, 20 seconds slow, 20 seconds hard, etc. And I put those all together and I'm about 10, 12, 15, 20 minutes worth of exercise, depending on how much I do. I get my resistance training because I incorporate balls, bands, etc. So you don't even need a gym membership. I can't even remember the last time I had a gym membership. You can do it with stuff you got at home, with your own body's resistance. And then I do a warm-up and a cool-down. So typically about 5 minutes warm-up, 15 to 20 minutes worth of movement, exercise, and 5 to 7 minutes of cool-down. And that's it. Now, my body loves to lift weights. It always has. It makes it feel strong and powerful. And so, how do I know that? I know that because I asked and it told me. And for some of you, this whole talking to your body conversation is going to seem totally weird. But I promise you, it is one of the key components. If you want a body to do something for you, you want it to look the way you want it to look, you want to have more energy and vitality and those kinds of things, you got to create a relationship with the body. So my body loves to lift weights. So 2 to 3 times a week, I'll spend an extra 10 or 15 minutes just lifting some free weight. And that's what I do in the movement department. So if you do the math, that's 2.5 hours a week. Now, here's where some of you are just going to go, no way. I spend more time being quiet, meditating, journaling, communing with nature, getting to know my body better, being quiet, than I do movement. I spend 15 minutes twice a day. Now, sometimes it's 30 minutes once a day, and sometimes it's 5 minutes here and 20 minutes there, so I don't get attached to it. But I have things that I do, and I make sure those things happen. I set aside the time to do that. Because here's the thing. I believe, and it's most of my clients have proven it to be true, this is more important than this. So, roughly 2.5 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours of quiet time. So, we're in the 5-6 hour range. Now, the other thing that I do is food prep. A lot of people complain about not having time to do food prep. So it's gotta be kind of a systematic way that you do it. I do most of mine on Sunday because it's easy for me to get up and plan my meals for the week, go to the store, and then I come home and I do all my prep and all my cooking while I watch football. I love football. It's the easiest time of the year for me because I can get everything done, watch a ball game. I'm doing laundry. I might be doing a few other things that are happening at the same time. I'm maximizing my time because I don't have any more time than you do. So 2-3 hours. So if you do the math and add it all up, I'm within my 5 to 10 hours a week, but I'll bet you I'm spending mine differently than you're spending yours. Some of you are spending 2-3 hours a day at the gym, 5-6 days a week, and you're wondering why your body isn't giving up weight, why you're sore. It's probably because your body doesn't like a lot of the things that you're doing and it's trying to talk to you, but you're not listening. That's one of the things that has to change. If you want a different outcome, you do have to take some different steps. All right, third question. How long will it take you to get that healthy, happy, beautiful body or better relationships, more self-expression? How long is it going to take you? 67% of you said between 1 and 6 months. Totally doable if you're spending your 5 to 10 hours in the right way. Now, some of you said it's going to take me over a year, and it might, and that's okay. It took me 1.5 years to figure out a bunch of stuff. It doesn't matter how long it takes you, as long as you're enjoying the journey along the way. People used to say to me, and I cringed because I hated it, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Hated it. I never thought I'd be one of those people who now says it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Because if you're always focused on the destination, you're going to miss everything along the way. And that is where the good stuff is. But a lot of you spend so much time being busy, busy, busy because you don't want to spend time over there in the quiet. You're afraid of what you might hear or find or discover about yourself that you don't like. I'm here to tell you that's where the magic's at. In the 1.5 years that I spent, most rewarding part of my life, because I really got to look at some stuff and figure it out. And that's why the subtitle is Stepping into Your Magnificence with Ease and Grace, because it doesn't have to be hard. So here's the next step. I hope you enjoyed finding out. I hope that you heard something that you can take away and use immediately. If nothing else, cut your workout time back and put in some quiet time. It's automatically built in because you're already spending the time anyway. And the next thing is, I'd like to invite you to join me on a call because I'd love to tell you more about the Be Your Own Beautiful Vision. Because the Be Your Own Beautiful Vision is so much more than just looking pretty in your body. So much more. And I want to share that with you, and I want to share how the development of the course is coming along, because here's the thing. It's not yet completely developed. I want your feedback as a participant to know that I'm heading in the right direction. And that's why if you So on the newsletter, I'm going to launch a pilot version of the program at a deeply, deeply discounted price because I want you to participate and I want your feedback in helping me to finish that course so I can get the best results possible for you and all the rest of my clients. So I want to invite you to join me on a call. Call is going to be Wednesday, next Wednesday. I think it's the 14th at 6:30. You're going to need to register, so all the information is below. It's a free call. You give me an hour of your time, and I promise you I will give you lots of good information. I'll answer any questions that you have, and I'm going to invite you to participate. And if you want to, great. And if you don't want to, that's okay too. You can come and listen to this stuff anyway. And if you know of anyone who might like the information, please share this with them, because again, it doesn't cost them anything to come. They might hear something that will make a difference, and that's my commitment, is to give you information that helps you become more of you. Because when there's more of you available to live in the life, it's a different world. And I want to invite you to play in that arena with me. So check out the call. I really appreciate your time. Get outside, enjoy some of our beautiful weather this weekend, and I hope to see you, hear you next week on the call. Have a great day.